let's use the cherry candy set. Today's locale is 6 Evergrande. Evergrande is the capital city of Yzbora and home to the famous Pearl Castle. It is a cool, dry, coastal area filled with magic guilds and a thriving port community. It also features the Grand Temple of Rainvow. Today's plot is 9. A farmer rides into town, white as a sheet. He claims his scarecrows have been moving closer to his home each day. This morning, they were outside the windows of his house. Is this the work of local pranksters, or something else? Today's characters are 4. Desmond Johnson.
Understood. I will try my best.
Desmond is a young, dark-skinned human man with black dreadlocks and brown eyes. He is of average height and build, wearing an armored uniform with dungeon equipment on his person. 7. Automatic. Damon Debauchery.
May my enemies be swallowed by darkness.
Damon is a lavender-skinned, half-elf man with short, white hair and red eyes. He is slightly tall and lanky, wearing dark robes and a scarf. 9. Tom Herschel.
I'll go put the pot on the fire.
Tom is a middle-aged, green-skinned, half-orc man with no hair and yellow eyes. He is very tall and stocky, wearing a cook's uniform. 3. Automatic. Fredrich Farmington.
Excellent. Someone fetch me my halberd.
Fredrich is a young, tan-skinned human man with styled, blonde hair and hazel eyes. He is tall and muscular, wearing regal armor and a winged helmet with a cape bearing his country's symbol. Now, let's witness the March of the Scarecrows. It is an hour after the lunch rush in a tavern on the outskirts of the capital city. Fredrich sags atop a bar stool, moping over a glass of wine. Desmond, seated beside him, is methodically polishing off a plate of seasoned rice and goat curry. Their waiter comes over with a bowl of dark-colored chips.
I believe there has been a mistake. We did not order additional dishes.
Yes, but I saw your friend over there and thought I would come to cheer him up. These are on the house, as they say. Take this kuli kuli, a tasty treat made from ground nuts.
Fredrich absent-mindedly reaches out, grabs a handful of the chips, and crams them into his mouth. The sweet, spiced flavor catches him off guard, and he sits up, blinking.
These are delectable. See? Excellent. No need for frowning. Yes?
Perhaps there still is. I've been tasked with seeking out women to help my hometown combat a hag coven's curse. But so far, none have been interested. You asked the Queen of Yzbora to leave both throne and country in order to assist you. Precisely! And then she started laughing, even though I hadn't told a joke? Women are so confusing.
Oh yes, lady problems. I remember when I was young, the girls would dance and flirt with you all day, just to steal your recipes into the night.
A brisk draft sweeps through as the tavern doors open, and a human man shuffles in. He is short and stocky, with large eyebrows and an even larger moustache. He is dressed as if he'd just come from the farm, his arms exposed despite the winter chill outside, leathers and tools strapped to his chest and legs.
Farmer Jean, is it time for another delivery already? Jimmy is gone until 3 o'clock.
The farmer approaches Tom. His tan skin is quite pale, and seemingly not just from the cold.
I need someone to put up a town bulletin as soon as possible.
What happened?
My scarecrows. Tom, they were outside the window this morning.
Desmond and Fredrich look over, concerned.
I am hearing you, but I do not understand.
Every day for the past few weeks, my scarecrows have been moving closer to my house. Those good-for-nothing guards can't seem to solve it, so I'm going to hire someone who can.
Tom rises from his bar stool.
Maybe I can help. This way, you don't have to spend so many coins.
Are you sure?
Come now, you have been a great supplier to this place. I have only been here for a little while, but I want to do you a favor.
I really appreciate that, Tom. I'll help you out where I can, but we better be careful. I've got a suspicion that darn hag and her new boyfriend are responsible for this.
Fredrich perks up and looks over.
Oh, hag, you say?
Yes, sir. Her name's Gulia, and she's been leeching off our town for going on 2 years now. We hired some guards last year, and they haven't done jack squat. Either that hag is a magical genius, or those guards are sitting on their thumbs.
Fredrich stands.
Allow me to accompany you.
I would not want to take you too far from where you are going.
This Gulia individual is one that will likely give me the best information on my homeland's curse. It is not a bother. In fact, it is a benefit. Desmond?
Desmond does not look up from his nearly finished meal.
While I do wish you the best of luck, I will likely be returning to my inspections in a few hours. Our arrangement was for you to assist me with a layer inspection, and in turn, I was to assist you in your audience with the Queen. Desmond, you never assisted me with a queen. You just sat there combing through your dungeon paperwork while I did all the talking. Very well. I will assist you in this task instead.
The three men gather their belongings and meet Farmer Jean next to his horse in the town square. There is a light dusting of frost tracing windowsills and lining the edges of wagons. The sun is bright, but not quite warm enough to melt the cold from the night prior. Similarly, the dirt along the road feels hard beneath their feet, and the brittle grass crunches easily underfoot. An hour later, they are in the front yard of a farm. Land stretches and rolls in huge plots, all barren and partially white from the cold. The scarecrows are bunched together outside of one of the windows, and a few men in uniform are joking and laughing next to them.
See? The guards think scarecrows coming to attack my family means it's chit-chat time. We should have never hired them.
Why would you keep them employed?
Even though they can't get rid of the hag. She hasn't been as active as she was before they came, so they've got that going for them.
But she did this?
I don't think anyone else in this town can make scarecrows move on their own.
A young, orcish archer spots them among the guards and hurries over. His pristine armor wraps around him snugly, heavy dark cloth and leather buckles guarding against the brisk breeze. His black hair is tied back into a ponytail, and his yellow eyes glint with roguish charm before he speaks.
Why, hello visitors. It's good to see some new faces around here. I'm assuming Farmer Jean hired you to help solve the scarecrow mystery.
We are here as volunteers.
Nonsense. If you are helping, we are paying. 50 silver apiece if you help us solve the mystery.
The party nods, and Farmer Jean seems surprised at the initiative being taken.
I am Captain Diego de Aire. My guards here are part of the contracting company Tengard. To whom do I have the pleasure of speaking?
I am Prince Frederick Fitzgerald Farmington, son of the magnificent King Finley Farmington III.
Tom, Captain Diego, and Farmer Jean all look at one another, taken aback.
Hot dog, a real-life prince.
Haha, I suppose that makes sense with the regal armor.
Oh my goodness, I have fed royalty. It is a dream come true.
Yes, well, I'm mostly interested in speaking to whomever this Gulia is. There is business I need to attend to.
Her hut's on the other side of town, easy to spot. Though I suggest you take a few guards with you too, in case she tries something on you.
From what I've heard, your guards are rather ineffective against her.
There is a stiff pause.
I can take care of myself. Desmond, could you investigate the grounds while I'm gone? I know you'll get the job done right. Very well.
Frederick leaves for the town without another word. Jean quickly turns to Tom.
Tom, could you go with him and keep him out of trouble? He seems like the big-headed type, and I don't want to be the butt end of any more of Gulia's hexes because of that.
Okay, yes, okay.
Tom hurries off after the prince.
So, you are the inspector. I will escort you around the grounds then.
Understood. I would also like to conduct an interview with you as well as the rest of the residents in your household, Farmer Jean. You mentioned a family earlier.
Oh, well, it's really just me and my daughter Tina. By the way, Captain, has she gotten started on hauling that grain over to the wagon shed like I asked her?
I don't even think she's awake yet.
Kids, I tell you, don't take a lick of responsibility.
The farmer marches off to his home as Diego and Desmond begin walking around the farmyard. A small, dark shack sits atop a rotten porch. The skeletal hands of barren tree branches stretch and twist above, creating gnarled shadows on the frosty ground. An empty owl's nest is tucked into the rafters. Steam spirals up from a crooked chimney, but the windows are too grimy to see through, and the door is closed.
Oh, are you sure we should just walk right inside?
I don't see why not.
It could be a trap.
You're right. I didn't think of that.
Are you kidding me?
I don't suppose you have any magic that can identify this sort of thing?
No, all of my magic is in my cooking.
How poetic. Well, perhaps there's a back entrance we can sneak into.
The front door opens. Standing in the threshold is a pale woman, her purple hair dripping down from her witch's hat, her yellow eyes glowing impishly behind round spectacles. She is dressed in an unseasonable Bella dancer's outfit, with black jewelry glittering on her wrists and raven feathers dangling from her ears.
Oh, I haven't seen you before. What's this about sneaking?
Frederick puts on his helmet.
You must be the hag Gulia, yes?
Hag is a little harsh, but sure.
I am here to get some answers out of you, and I won't be leaving without them.
Frederick's glower seems to stir Gulia from her unconcerned amusement. Now, she looks intrigued.
What do you want to know?
My homeland is suffering. Women are dying because your kin have placed a curse on us. You will tell me how to get rid of it, or you will suffer the wrath of my halberd.
We also had questions about Scarecrows, but we can get to that later. Natural one.
Gulia grins a grin too wide for her face. The men take a few steps back.
You should come inside first. It's quite cold out.
She disappears into the shack before either of them can reply.
This is definitely a trap.
I don't have a choice. My people are perishing, and she likely knows the solution. If you wish to remain outside, so be it, but I must go in.
I understand you caring for your people, but you will do them no good as a dead man. Let us go inside together, and keep a cool head, okay?
Frederick sighs and relaxes his shoulders.
You are right. Thank you.
Just call me Uncle.
Of course, Uncle.
The two men ascend the old stairs. Given Frederick's armor and Tom's stature, the soft wood of the floor begins sagging beneath them. They quickly cross the porch and enter. Inside, the shed is poorly lit and decrepit. A large, circular bed lies in the center of the space, outfitted with luxurious pillows and blankets. Books and potions line the walls. There are two long desks by the windows. The first desk is littered with bone totems, and a dead alligator lies in the middle. Pepper bushes are growing out of its back. Gulia is leaning against this desk, smiling at Frederick. An owl is perched on her hat. The second desk is lined with a myriad of odd-looking potions. A hearth and a bubbling cauldron crackle next to it. There is a tall, ominous figure dressed head to toe in black, studying a greyish-blue mixture at the potion desk. He does a double take as the men enter.
Tom Herschel? Damien, it is good to see you, my friend. Likewise.
Aw, that's so cute. Damon has a little friend.
I'm sure you two are planning on divulging into banter, but frankly, I care more about answers to my problem.
Ghoulia's smirk shifts from teasing to hungry.
And what answers do you seek specifically?
Tread carefully, boy.
I am a prince, not a boy.
A prince has come to make a deal with me?
I am not making a deal. I am ordering you to tell me what you know.
And what if I refuse? Are you gonna do something about it?
I would strongly recommend you avoid touching her. Prince, remember your people. They need you. Keep a cool head, my friend.
Fredrich slows his breathing, closes his eyes, and sighs.
Thank you, Uncle. Ghoulia, tell me what the hags on my island are doing and how to stop them.
So, you want me to use my crystal ball on them? That's going to cost you.
No, I don't want that. You are a hag and they are hags, so just tell me what magic they are using and how to stop it.
Ghoulia blinks, then goes from confused to barely containing laughter.
Wait, you thought I was a literal hag? Who told you that?
Fredrich flushes with embarrassment.
The farmer at the edge of town. What do you mean? Are you not a hag?
No, silly. I'm a witch. A hag is a creature, while being a witch is more of a lifestyle.
Fredrich frowns and says nothing.
Well, I just wanted to ask a few questions about the farmer.
But what kind of questions? Do you want to know his secrets? His desires?
No, thank you. I have questions about his land.
Ghoulia huffs, suddenly somewhat annoyed.
Trust me, I do too. So much space and rich soil. But of course, him and that stupid daughter of his are there, so I have to stay cramped in this freaking chicken coop.
Tom glances at Fredrich, who still looks glum, but also seems intrigued.
Why the little glance just then?
Fredrich quickly looks away.
What do you know about the moving scarecrows?
The what now?
Farmer Jean told us to talk to you. He says you know a lot about magic and that we can come to you about his problem.
Interesting. Maybe I can help. Maybe I can't. What's in it for me?
Watch your words, Tom. She thrives off of deals like these.
Tom looks around for ideas and spots the peppers near the windowsill.
Okay, I could not help but notice your lizard friend on the desk there. What are those on him? Fire and peppers?
Yeah, they are. Not a lot of people on this continent know about these.
Yes. Look, you must be very cold in that outfit. Let me make some pepper soup and we can take lunch together. And then we have a chat about the magic, okay?
You make your soup, and I'll try it. But don't think that's all I'm gonna demand from you.
Desmond and Diego were just finishing a long lap around the farmland's perimeter when the inspector spotted something strange near the scarecrow cluster. A few yards further into the farmland, there is a faint imprint cracked into the frozen earth. It looks like two capital T's stacked on top of one another. A quick glance up confirms that it is the outline of one of the scarecrow stands.
It seems as though one of these scarecrows must have fallen down at some point.
Both of the men squat to get a better look.
We didn't catch this earlier. None of my men knocked me down, at least not that I'm aware of.
How often do your men patrol the area?
The two of them stand. Desmond produces his notebook.
None, not until recently. We usually have our hands full with the witch or the rest of the town. We just started nightly watches here earlier this week.
And you haven't spotted anything unusual?
The men often find themselves getting tired during one of the night watches, and by the time the fourth watch arrives,